Hello everyone, welcome to G's Kitchen. Today we are going to see a very easy recipe, a basic butter cake recipe. Come, let's get into the video and check out the ingredients. I'm G from G's Kitchen. Here I have got 250 grams of butter, room temperature butter, and 250 grams of plain flour and 250 grams of sugar. I have got sugar. This is powdered sugar, not an icing sugar but a powdered sugar. You can use the normal sugar as well, but it takes time to mix. So just to speeden up your process, I have just put through a blender, and here I have taken 4 eggs. Room temperature. Don't keep it in the fridge, just take it out the fridge and keep it for a while so that it is in room temperature. And here I have got baking powder, vanilla essence and some coloring. So let's start to make the basic vanilla cake. Into a mixing bowl I am going to add in the butter. If the ingredients are not in the room temperature, it is difficult for the cake to rise up. So this is a tip for you to keep it in mind. Mix it. Just a mix only, and go ahead and add in the sugar. Add in rest of the sugar and beat well. It has been around 4 minutes and now the sugar is mixed around 70%. Since we grounded the sugar, the process will be faster. Now I am going to add in the eggs one by one. For the quantity I have taken here, the egg depends on the size. It's around 4 to 5 eggs, but my eggs are considerably normal sized, so I am using around 4 eggs. If your eggs are too small, you can go up to 5 eggs. So I am adding 2 eggs at a time. Make sure always you break the egg into a separate pan, and I am going to continue. Every now and then stop beating and take out all the batter which is stick onto the edges and put it together and continue beating. Now it has been another 2 minutes since I added the 2 eggs. Now let's go ahead and add in the other 2. And also let's add in half a teaspoon of vanilla essence. And if you don't have this hand mixer, it doesn't matter, you can use this kind of cake beating spoon. You will have to really work on with your hand. Or it is advisable, if you are using this spoon, that you powder your sugar. Even your sugar is very fine, it's better you powder it so that it will be easier for you. So now let's start to beat again. So now after beating it for around 5 to 6 minutes, now my wet ingredient is ready. Now we are going to add in the dry ingredients. So after this, we are not going to beat using the beater. We are just going to fold in the flour. So let's see how to do it. Now I am adding in the 250 grams of plain flour. And then I am going to add in half a teaspoon of baking powder. This is another tip. You have to check on your expiry date of the baking powder. If the baking powder is not good, then your cake won't rise. So I am adding in both in I'm going to sieve this before I could add this into the cake batter. This is to make sure there are no lumps in the flour so that the cake rises well. So now I'm going to add this into this wet ingredient little by little and just fold it. To get a more softer cake, we should not beat this anymore. We just have to fold this. In goes the final batch of flour. Fold it like this very softly until the flour is merged into the liquid batter. I'm doing it very softly, don't give more pressure to the batter. You can see the consistency of the batter. Now our cake batter is ready to go into the oven. If you are baking in an oven, preheat your oven in 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes, or depending on your requirements of your oven, because the requirements will change from oven to oven. I am going to make this in my rice cooker, which has a cake baking option. This is my rice cooker pan, and since it's non-stick and as per instruction I don't have to add in anything, but if you are using a cake tray, just put some butter and line it with a baking sheet. That will do, it will be easy for you to take out. Now I'm going to mix some coloring into this for small portions. This is the normal butter cake recipe. I'm just going to add some color into it. I have 3 different colors, so I'm going to add in so that when you cut the cake you will have different colors. I'm just going to add a drop of it. And this one is yellow. Little bit of red color. Mix this well. This is completely optional, I am just doing it. You can just pour the batter and bake, and you can get very fluffy and soft butter cake. So now my 3 colors are ready, and I am going to add in the batter, rest of the batter into the pot. Now add in the colored mixture, then goes in the red color or pink. If you have a spatula, it will be very easy for you to transfer the batter into the baking tray. And in goes the green. And as I told you, this is completely optional. And now just do like this so that the batter gets spreaded, and wash your hands nicely and make swirls out of it. Even you don't have different colors, you still can do this so that it has a nice texture. Now my cake batter is ready. Let's put it into the rice cooker or to your oven. So I just have to set to the cake option and Press start. Now the cake is baked. You can see the texture. So let me put it onto the tray. If you are using a baking tray, just take a knife like this and run through the edges so that it comes out well. But you can see my one, it's already out of the edges. So let me put it upside down. See my pan, nothing has sticked on it. So this is kind of a pan, I think it's non-stick. So if you are using a normal baking tray, just lift it out with the baking sheet. You can see the texture, how soft it is, how soft and moist it is. Let it be in the cooling rack for a while until it's completely cooled down. So now the cake is cool. Let's cut a piece. See how soft and moist the cake is. I hope that you all can see how soft the cake is. Make this at home and enjoy with your family and friends. Let me meet you with another interesting recipe. Thank you.